greatest gladiator match in the history of the world. God versus man.
Welcome to a Concave Brand Tracking video. Today we're going to look at the brands in Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice. We checked out the latest DC Comics Warner Brothers superhero movie and recorded not only which brands appeared, but also for how long, how visibly, and whether or not their logos were visible. So the first question we're going to answer is how much brand visibility is there in Superman vs Batman relatively to other movies? A lot. First of all, Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice has far more brand visibility than any of the Christopher Nolan Batmans and over 5 times more brand exposure than Man of Steel. If we look beyond DC Comics and Warner Brothers superhero movies, we find that Batman vs Superman, in terms of the amount of brands it has, is on par with Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation and Furious 7. It also has significantly more brand exposure than its competitor Marvel's recent movies Ant-Man and Avengers: Age of Ultron. Batman vs Superman did, however, fall short of product placement juggernaut movies such as the Entourage movie or the latest Transformers: Age of Extinction. The most visible type of branded product in Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice was glasses. Henry Cavill, Jeremy Irons, and Lawrence Fishburne all wore them throughout the movie. Other highly visible types of products included TVs, monitors, TV channels, helicopters, and cars. Now, let's look at the 10 most visible brands in Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice. At number 10, we have RayBan, the first of 3 brands of glasses that are in this top 10. Ray-Bans were worn by a supporting character, Senator Barrows, played by Dennis North. Indeed, this character, in every single one of his appearances, wears a pair of Ray-Ban glasses, and as such, the brand gets almost a minute of screen time. Now, Ray-Ban is a brand that usually appears in entertainment in the form of sunglasses, but it's not completely unheard of for it to appear as optical glasses. Seth Rogen wore them in both The Interview and Neighbors, and given the political nature of the character who wears Ray-Bans in Batman vs Superman, we're reminded that Robin Wright wears Ray-Ban glasses in House of Cards, where she plays Claire Underwood. The 9th most visible brand is Nortel. Around the end of the movie, the President of the United States is called upon to make an important decision, and rather than showing him in person, he's heard speaking over a Nortel telephone. The brand only gets about 25 seconds of screen time, but a lot of it is in close-ups and his logo is clearly shown, making it the 9th most visible brand in Batman vs Superman. At number 8, we have Oakley. One of the main villains, played by Callum Mosley, wears a pair of Oakleys early on in the movie in a scene that takes place in the desert. The Oakley sunglasses are worn in a paramilitary context, which reminds us of many of Oakley's past appearances in movies such as Lone Survivor, American Sniper, or Transformers: Age of Extinction. At number 7, we find Dodge. Dodge cars appear in the Batman vs Superman, both as police vehicles, but also they get used by Lex Luthor's henchmen in a car chase with Batman. The brand gets almost 2 minutes of screen time, but never has its logo shown. Dodge got more visibility in Batman vs Superman than it did in Terminator Genesis or Captain America: The Winter Soldier, but it still got far less than in recent movies like Ted 2, Ride Along, or Furious 7. At number 6, we find Jeep, another Fiat Chrysler brand. Jeep got 91% of its screen time in the opening scene in which Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne drives a Jeep through the streets of Metropolis, reenacting what happens from his point of view at the end of Man of Steel. As Ben Affleck drives a 2015 Jeep Renegade through the crumbling streets of Metropolis, this sort of action-packed driving sequence remind us of Jeep's appearance in last year's Furious 7. Jeep appeared in Batman vs Superman more visibly than in Jurassic World, Furious 7, or Interstellar, but not quite as visibly as in The Other Woman or Goosebumps. In Batman vs Superman, TV channels are often used in order to show us events going on around the world. A lot of the channels used are fictitious, but 2 of them were real. The first of those was PBS. PBS got 26 seconds of screen time, which isn't very much, but most of that was in the form of close-ups and its logo was clearly shown, making it the 5th most visible brand in the movie. At number 4, we find the second glasses brand, Moscot. Moscot glasses are worn exclusively by Jeremy Irons in all of his appearances, and as a result, get almost 5 minutes of screen time. Moscot has been appearing in entertainment more and more in recent years. Jeffrey Wright has worn them in all 3 Hunger Games movies he'd appeared in. Matthew Broderick wore them in Trainwreck. Moscot has also appeared in TV, with Robin Wright as Claire Underwood wearing them in the last 2 seasons of House of Cards, and Aubrey Plaza wearing Moscot glasses in the final season of Parks and Recreation in 2015. Unsurprisingly, the most visible brand of glasses are those worn by Henry Cavill as Clark Kent. This eyewear is a pair of bespoke horn glasses by British manufacturer TD Tom Davies. The glasses get almost 5 minutes of screen time, but their logo is, however, never shown. TD Tom Davies is not a common brand in entertainment, but it has previously appeared with Angelina Jolie wearing a pair of their sunglasses in the 2010 movie The Tourist. While PBS got under 30 seconds of screen time in Batman vs Superman, CNN got almost 1.5 minutes. Just like PBS, a lot of this was in the form of close-ups, and its logo was visible most of the time, making it the second most visible brand in Batman vs Superman. CNN is one of the most common TV channel brands to appear in entertainment. Concave Brand Tracking recently found it to be the 4th most visible brand in season 4 of House of Cards. It has also appeared in such TV shows as South Park, Empire, and in movies such as The Martian, San Andreas, Heaven is for Real, Ted 2, and many others. In 2015, Concave Brand Tracking found that Samsung was the #1 brand to appear in summer blockbuster movies, and it ended up appearing heavily in 3 of the 5 highest grossing movies of the year. Samsung is clearly continuing its aggressive entertainment marketing strategy in 2016 as it appears as the most visible brand in Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice. Samsung achieved this with over 7 minutes of screen time in the form of laptops, TVs, and monitors. Samsung's ability in Batman vs Superman was quite comparable to what they got in Jurassic World. It was, however, not on the level of Gone Girl, Lucy, or most recently Spy with Melissa McCarthy. Samsung did, however, get a lot more exposure in Batman vs Superman than it did in Marvel movies such as Avengers Age of Ultron and Ant-Man. And that wraps up our top 10. Other brands that didn't make our ranking include Rolls-Royce, EMZ, and MV Agusta, which were all associated with Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. In our top 10, we found 2 Fiat Chrysler brands, Dodge and Jeep. 2 other of their brands that did also appear in the movie were Ram trucks and a Chrysler car. Speaking of cars, Ben Affleck is seen driving a 1958 DB Mark III Aston Martin early on in the movie. Nikon, which was the most visible brand in the 2013 movie Man of Steel, did appear in Batman vs Superman, but only very briefly at the Daily Planet on Amy Adams' desk. While Samsung was the #1 brand in the movie, none of its mobile phones were used. In fact, the only recognizable handset was a Microsoft phone used by Ben Affleck about halfway through the film. One of the most visible tie-in partners with Batman vs Superman has been Turkish Airlines, and while the brand doesn't appear in our top 10, Gal Gadot is seen at one point boarding a Turkish Airlines Airbus aeroplane. Finally, an Under Armour basketball is seen in Lex Luthor's laboratory around 2/3 way through the movie. Thanks for watching our video. If you'd like to know more details, please check out the full article, for which you can find a link in the description, and please subscribe for future videos about brands and entertainment.